All right. So today we're here with Sandra Lopalato, who is a just a top producing agent. She's going to give a little introduction about who she is and kind of her territory, and then we'll go from there. But Sandra, do you want to go ahead and say hi and kind of introduce yourself?
Well, hello. Like Sean said, I'm Sandra Lopalato. I am a realtor here in the state of New Hampshire as well as Massachusetts. Previous experience selling real estate out in California for 12 years. And yeah, business has been picking up since I've joined Realty Gen.
Well, that's what we want to hear. But doing real estate from California to where you're at now, I mean, you've seen a huge switch, and also going from basically a territory you knew inside and out to going to something that is a bit, hey, it's a new market share for you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, having been a seasoned top producing agent out in California, and learning the drastic difference in selling real estate out here in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, without having a real sphere of influence and contacts. I knew that I would need to have the right partners with marketing to establish and build business from the get-go, which is why I hire Realty Gen.
Well, we appreciate it for the opportunity, that's for sure. Let's get to the fun stuff though, because that's the thing I love about Sandra is every time I'm on a call, she's like, John, check this out. So let's talk about, for one, let's talk about the first property. So tell me about kind of the properties that you have gotten under listing so far or going to listing.
Mhm.
And I guess, tell me about these deals, how they actually happen. I mean, and then
Mhm.
of course, we'll maybe talk about the calls too, because it seems
Yeah.
like you are dialed in to the system.
Yeah. Sure. So, it's been a wide range. Some of the appointments have been in person up front. Some have started with phone calls. And, a big part of being successful in this business is knowing how to read people and how to talk to them so that they don't look at you as, someone who's just trying to take advantage of them, and making sure that they understand that I'm just here to help them, and that I'm not trying to push them or sell them, and lowering their defenses immediately is key to this business. So the
You're
prop
building that relationship
Yeah, so building a
really strong.
relationship, establishing trust and rapport is paramount in this
And you
business
are
from the get-go.
amazing at that.
And so the properties that I have, that I've signed or are signing, mostly single family, and for the most part, over 1 million. And I converted one yesterday. It was an investment multiplex property. I got on the phone with this gentleman, and that one property turned into four by the end of our conversation, down in Massachusetts, in Brookline and Brighton. And he wasn't actually sure if he was really ready to have this conversation with a realtor. But because I established that rapport and trust with him from the very beginning, he's now excited to meet with me next week and get these properties ready to get on the market. And I just love helping people, and becoming their trusted resource.
You know what? And you're amazing at that. And that's one thing I'd like to say is when we work with someone like yourself, it's like you're extremely coachable. You want to try it out. Obviously, you're a seasoned pro. You've been doing this for decades. You know what works, doesn't. But you say, hey, I'm going to keep an open mind. We built that trust and rapport. We used some systems. We had a couple different options from video to RPR, which is working awesome for you. And you got in that rhythm. But talking about this one that is actually turning in from one deal, multifamily, to possibly 4 to 6 deals now, out of this, I mean, what type of listing price points are you going to be at? What's this going to total for possibly an ROI coming back to you?
Average price point is 2.2 million per property.
Per property. Pretty happy with that ROI.
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic. Now, with that one, I would say though, you are genius at listening to the calls. That's our biggest thing is we always put the call on your lead, right? So you get text, email, Slack, but we always say, listen to the call. And
Hmm.
once again, Sandra, you pointed out, hey, listen, everything's not always perfect.
No.
We have to be very involved with you, which is why you meet with us every week. You have 10 people working on your channel. But when you listen to this call, it's designed for probing questions and conversation. So
Hmm.
as a master salesperson like yourself, you can start saying, oh, this is a probing question. This will do business relation. I can get a 2, 3 part deal. So tell me a little bit about that call, because I know sometimes we can be a little aggressive on the calls, but I
Hmm.
think this one has led to multi-deal. And then if you want to go back to, I know there's probably a pretty big one that was actually
In
close to
Brookline.
4 mil and a 2 mil land deal. Maybe talk
Yes.
about those phone calls and how those relate to those listings.
Yes. So, this gentleman and his wife bought these two properties as a package deal back in 1997. One lot has their primary residence, which is an 1890 build home over almost 5,300 square feet. Beautiful, beautiful colonial home, which has not been modernized. These are highly sought after properties. This property is worth 3.895 mil. And the buildable lot, which they have right next to it, is worth 1.9 mil. And they, like I said, older couple in needing to downsize into another property they own on Cape Cod. And so I'm actually going to be very hands-on with them to get their property actually ready for the market. They have a lot of stuff, but again, it's, listening to the first phone conversation,
Yeah.
having those recordings before I go into either an initial listening call or a physical appointment
Mhm.
with a client is crucial because I want to know where their mindset is on that call. A big part of my success in this business is reading people
100%.
and knowing where their head is at before I actually have a phone call with them or meet with them in person. I'm able to mentally prepare myself for that conversation that I'm going to have with them. And knowing how to lower their defenses is key.
Mhm.
And this guy on the phone call, that recording that I listened to, wanted no part of this. Like
I
many
know.
of them, they
Yep.
really want no part of it. I had another guy that said, told the guy on the phone, he goes, "You're lucky you made it this far with me." And I converted him. In fact, I'm going tomorrow to actually sign that listing contract. So,
Is that the one for 3.9?
no, this is the one in Wyndham,
Oh, okay.
New
Okay.
Hampshire for
Nice.
1.145 mil.
Oh, yeah, that was the probate, right?
No, this isn't probate.
This is another one. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So again, having those recordings is very important to understand what was said, the
Mhm.
information that was shared, and being fully prepared to go
Yeah.
into my first calls or appointments is very, very helpful.
And I would say, Sandra, we appreciate that you bought into it. We appreciate that you listen to these. And like everything, we have the good, the bad, the ugly, right? But
Hmm.
that's why we want to get feedback from you so quick so we can adjust and always keep going, right?
Yep.
Um, for instance, if we need more, more push on the timeline, we need more push on the discovery or more push on the pitch.
Mhm.
We like to do that. And especially with you, how you understand how to read the client and their motivation. And you can also say, this is a 2, 3, 4 part deal. So not to keep everyone too long, but how long have you been with us now?
For coming up on 2 months,
2 months.
two
All right.
months.
And how much in potential listings do you feel confident about right now?
How many listings or how many
Or
clients?
price, let's just go price point, because your price points are so high.
So these would be upward of 20 million so far.
I mean, fantastic. So I would say it's a good ROI. You're happy
Yes,
with us right now, but at the
yes,
same time, we need to keep pushing for you, and that's what
yes,
we do, right?
yes.
So, if there's anything else you want to kind of leave everyone with, where to, how to get a hold of you, your territories, anything like that, especially if you need referrals or you have people moving, guys. Of course, Sandra was California, so she knows everything about that. Bring your people
Mhm.
over. So, Sandra, is there anything else you want to leave everyone with?
So obviously, I specialize in southern New Hampshire and in Massachusetts from Brookline north
Okay.
is my territory. Typically, my price point is 800,000 plus. Um, as I've shared with you, Sean, out in California, I've sold properties anywhere from 100,000 all the way up to 21 million. The luxury market is my forte. It's what I specialize in. I think it's also important for people to know that I also have a team around me. And this is important to have a team that also includes appraisers. And I mention this because when we get into the luxury market, there's more uniqueness in these properties. And it's always good to have a partner who's an appraiser to basically do a second validation
Mhm,
of
mhm.
of data that I
Yeah,
give my clients. So I think it's important for me to actually share that with people.
100%, especially when you're going lux to ultra lux.
Yes.
And I know how much skin in the game you do put too. So, I
Yes.
mean, Sandra, you do it all. You do the project management, you do the everything. You do the coming soon timeline. I mean, you
Yes.
get these done. You declutter, you
Yes.
stage. I mean,
Oh,
you're the whole
I get
package.
down
Lead
on
the
my
team.
hands and knees and scrub floors for my clients.
Yeah, yeah. They're in good care, and also you have a huge heart, and I can tell that, which we love
Yes.
working with. So thank you for putting up with some of our aggressiveness, our chaos, and our systems. But finally, when you see it working, you're like, wait, this stuff works.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Anna, we
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. We want to continue to bring you results. So I'm sure we'll be doing this in 2 more months when you have 40 million.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you.